welcome to our book club. What are your names?
Sonya.
My name is Yusra.
My name is Mishghan. So have you guys heard of the necklace before?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have a new version of it in my hand and we're gonna read it together. So who wants to be the narrator?
I'll be the narrator.
And who wants to be Mathilde?
I'll be the Mathilde.
Alright, so I'll be Loisel. And since there's only three of us, we need a Forestier as well. So who's gonna volunteer to be Forestier?
Me.
Alright, let's start.
Once upon a time, there was a girl born in the family of clerks, named Mathilde. She was later married to a clerk as well. They had one servant to help around the house, as Mathilde was very lazy and very dependent on her husband to provide for her. One day, her husband comes home with the invitation in his hand for a ball.
There's something for you.
She tore the paper quickly and drew out a printed card which bore these words: "The Minister of Public Instruction and Madame Yours requests the honor of M. and Madame Loisel company at the Palace of Ministry on Monday evening, January 18. Instead of being delighted, as her husband had hoped, she threw the invitation on the table.
What do you wish me to do with that?
Why, my dear, I thought you'd be glad. You never go out, and this is such a fine opportunity. I had great trouble to get it. Everyone wants to go, dear. It is very select, and they're not giving many invitations to clerks. The whole official world will be there.
And what do you wish me to put on my bag?
He had not thought of that.
Why, the gown that you go in theater in. It looks very well to me.
He stopped, distracted, seeing that his wife was weeping. Two great tears ran slowly from the corners of her eyes towards the corners of her mouth.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Nothing, only I have no gown, and therefore I can't go to this ball. Give your card to some colleague whose wife is better equipped than I am.
Come, let us see, Mathilde. How much would it cost? A suitable gown, which you could use on other occasions. Something very simple?
I don't know exactly, but I think I could manage it with 400 francs.
He grew a little pale because he was laying aside just that amount to buy a gun and treat himself to a little shooting next summer on the plain of Nanterre with several friends who went to shoot larks there of a Sunday.
Okay, very well. I will give you 400 francs and try to have a pretty gown.
After dinner at night, her husband falls into deep thoughts.
I try to give her everything, but unfortunately, she has never shown any love or appreciation towards me. My efforts, I suppose, are going to waste. As her husband, I should be respected too. I give up trying to cater to her needs.
The next day, Mathilde and her husband goes to Mathilde's friend's house, Miss Forestier, to borrow a necklace so that Mathilde could attend the ball looking high and mighty. Miss Forestier went to a wardrobe with a mirror, took out a large jewel box, brought it back, opened it, and said it to Madame Loisel. "Choose, my dear." She first saw some bracelets, then a pearl necklace, then a gold cross set with precious stone of admirable workmanship. She tried on the ornaments before the mirror, hesitated, and could not make up her mind to part with them, to give them back. She kept asking,
Haven't you any more?
"Why, yes, look further. I don't know what you like." Suddenly, she discovered, in a black satin box, a diamond necklace, and her heart throbbed with a moderate desire. Her hands trembled as she took it. She fastened it around her throat, outside her high-necked waist, and was lost in ecstasy at her reflection in the mirror.
Will you lend me this? Only this?
"Why, yes, certainly." While Mathilde was going through Lady Forestier's wardrobe, Lady Forestier excused herself and has a chat with Mathilde's husband. "Hello there. How long have you been waiting?"
About an hour. Mathilde's really picky, isn't she?
"Oh, she sure is. Would you like to have a chat over some teas as you wait for her?" Loisel shared his marital problems with Miss Forestier. Both of them quickly became friends and started meeting in secret, chatting for hours without Mathilde's notice. They started falling for each other, but they hadn't realized it yet. The night of the ball arrived. Mathilde had a great success as she looked prettier than any other woman present. Elegant, graceful, smiling, and wild with joy. All men looked at her, asked her name, sought to be introduced. She danced with rapture, with passion, intoxicated by pleasure, forgetting all the triumphs of her beauty, in the glory of her success, in the sort of a cloud of happiness comprised of all this homeless admiration, this awakened desire of that sense of triumph which is so sweet to woman's heart. Mathilde's husband, Loisel I, searched for Lady Forestier. He hadn't had a care for the world for what his wife was up to. When he found Lady Forestier dancing with another man, his heart was burning with jealousy. After realizing his heart yearns for her, he goes up to her, grabs her wrist, and pulls her towards him. What do you think you were doing?
Isn't it obvious? I'm dancing.
Was it necessary to pull me like that?
It was because I'm starting to fall for you, Lady Forestier.
Let's get out of here, Loisel. At 4 o'clock, the ball was over. Mathilde was searching for her husband so that he could take her home.
Where is Loisel?
She stood in the freezing cold, waiting for her husband, who was never to be found. A man that she danced with accompanied her home. When Mathilde got home, she was outraged with her husband. She found him sleeping soundly, and thought about how she stood in the freezing cold waiting for him. The next morning,
Where were you? You left me standing alone in the cold. Wire, you were sleeping so peacefully at home. I'm astonished by your poor behavior. What kind of a husband are you?
What kind of a wife are you, my dear? I know you were dancing with other men. If there's no issue in dancing with them, then I suppose going home with them shall not be an issue either.
Mathilde was silenced.
I'm going to work.
Mathilde was raging with anger as she was rummaging through her wardrobe to find the necklace that she had borrowed from her friend to return it back. However, after hours of searching, she was unable to find it. With panic and fear overtaking her body, she started shedding tears, explaining the situation to her husband.
I can't find it, Loisel. I looked so much, every inch and corner of the house, but it's gone.
Maybe we should tell Miss Forestier that you have lost it?
No, she's going to look down on us, and soon everyone will find out that I have lost her necklace.
Should I work to repay for it then, dear?
Yes, I think that's the only option.
Mathilde, perhaps can you ask Miss Forestier to allow you to wear her necklace for longer? That way, we will have more time to save up and buy a replacement necklace for her together.
Did I heard the word together? A beautiful woman like me shall never be seen working. Go on, look for a higher paying job to buy a new necklace.
Whatever you say, Mathilde.
The next day, Mathilde goes to Miss Forestier's house to request if she could keep the necklace for longer. Miss Forestier allows her to keep it for longer. The day after, Loisel finds another job out of town and tells Mathilde that he will be back after 5 months.
I'll be back for you, Mathilde.
Goodbye, Loisel.
Goodbye, Mathilde.
After 6 months of waiting for her husband's return, Mathilde realized that her husband is never coming back. She finds a job to support herself and, of course, to buy Forestier another necklace.
That man was never faithful to begin with. He has left me all alone in poverty. Now I have to go and work like a peasant. My life is over.
10 years later, one day, Mathilde was in the street shopping. From the corner of her eye, she spots 2 familiar faces.
The man and woman look quite familiar. Perhaps my old eyes are deceiving me.
She goes to take a closer look, and standing in front of her are Loisel and Lady Forestier, hand in hand.
Loisel,
Mathilde,
you never came back.
it's not like you ever loved me.
Weren't you my friend, Miss Forestier? How could you do this to me, having an affair with my husband?
It's Madame Loisel. He deserves someone loving and caring like me.
Me and Forestier have been in love for years.
Mathilde, ignoring Loisel's word, looks at Forestier's neck.
That necklace, I thought I had lost it. Why does it appear to be on your neck?
You never lost the necklace, Mathilde. I am the one who stole it from you and returned it to Forestier after the ball.
Loisel and I confessed our love to each other and wanted to start a new life. For that, we had to take you out of the picture.
We came up with a plan to make it seem like that you had lost the necklace. It was obvious to us that you tell me to go look for a job and buy another necklace. You fell right into our trap.
So, I have been working all these years for nothing?
Not for nothing, Mathilde. I'm sure you've learned so much in these 10 years. I thought you were only unappreciative of me, but you're also unappreciative of yourself. Mathilde, just don't be the same shallow person that you once were.
After Mathilde's encounter with Loisel and Forestier, she learned that she shouldn't be ungrateful and that she should be more appreciative. Instead of comparing herself to other people and being self-centered, in times of trouble, you should take responsibility instead of expecting other people to take care of your mess.
Alright, so what did you guys think of the newer version of the necklace? Do you guys like the older version or the new version?
New version.
I really like the new version.
Same here. I think that it's very nice to see Mathilde being independent. Do you agree, Sonia?
Yeah. I feel like she learns a lot of lessons in this version. She learns to be independent and
Appreciative as well. And less ignorant.
yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Yusra? What do you think of the newer version?
In the new version, she tried to be more brave.
Alright, so yeah, that's the end of our book club session. I'll see you guys next
week.
Thursday. Yeah. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.